Hey guys, hey, it's Lee Godbold, Junk Removal Authority, coming to you on the Monday following this past Corona week where this whole coronavirus thing suddenly got real for the USA. So, you guys are in the junk removal business. A lot of people are real nervous right now. I'm a little nervous, I'm nervous. I'm a little excited and nervous at the same time, both for my junk removal business as well as JRA and as well as a junk truck bodybuilding business that we've started as well. This is a great opportunity if you own a business to continue expanding when your competition doesn't, to ready yourself for what happens when we come out the other side of this thing. Because, guys, the junk is not going anywhere. The junk is going to be there. All the junk you should be hauling away now, it's going to wait 1, 2, 3 months maybe at most. Hopefully it's just a couple months, 6, 8 weeks, and it's coming right back. So you've got to be ready for that to occur. And right now at the moment, we're still busy. So, we're doing about February numbers. March ought to be better than that. But overall, we're still seeing, today, junk doctors alone, we booked like 32 jobs today. So that's a decent Monday in March. Not great, but decent for us. So the work's still coming in. With our contact center, companies that we book throughout the country are a bit slow. I'm hearing from business owners about it being slow, but work's still coming in. Just today, I was talking with a brand new company in Colorado Springs area. Booked 2 jobs a day. So for same day bookings, this guy's been open maybe 3 weeks. So there's still some great things going on out there. You guys need to still be active in the marketplace as long as you feel safe. If you don't feel safe sending your employees out into the marketplace, then that's a decision you'd have to make, a personal decision. If you need to shut down, that's what you need to do. We're approaching it. We're telling our guys to be careful. We're letting them know you wear gloves. Don't shake the customer's hand. Keep your distance. Just practice social distancing and just be smart. That's mainly what we're telling these guys, and everybody's happy to be out there and out there working. So, what do you need? Need number one to kind of get through this thing. You need cash. And some of you guys, and I was this way for a couple years, I hated borrowing money. Unless you guys have $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 or something saved up, you need to be thinking about borrowing money right now. Especially if you can go out and get a credit card with a decent limit, pretty high limit. Try and get a credit card with a high limit and a line of credit, business line of credit. I've talked about it in multiple videos. You do need to get out there and get a business line of credit. Even if you don't hit it right now, even if you wait several weeks into the future, that will be a kind of fail-safe, kind of a cushion for you if you need access to cash. You need to do it now, though. The key is you need to do it now, where you've had some revenue history coming up. You're not going to a bank or something with just a terrible financial sheet for the last month or two, because when you need to borrow money, that's when it's the hardest to borrow. So try and go borrow now. See if you can get that set up, and that way you have that line of credit to fall back on, however many weeks or whatever into the future. That'll allow you to weather that storm and come out the other side. Second thing is, guys, you got to keep marketing. Right now, while you're open, while we're still able to go out and do work, keep your marketing on. Maybe you cut it back and get a bit more conservative. So, for example, if you're running Google Ads, maybe lower your bids. Lower your daily budget a little bit. Chances are your competition's doing the same thing. So you might be able to get just as good of results, if not better. So get a higher ROI for less money. That's a possibility. But the last thing in the world you want to do is turn your marketing off right now, unless you're in an area where they're not allowing you to do work at the moment, which, to my knowledge, that doesn't exist yet in the United States. It might be trending in that direction. But at the moment, you're still able to work. So as long as you feel safe, keep your marketing on, keep out there, and get as much business in as you possibly can. If you guys haven't paid taxes yet, file your taxes, but delay paying them. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a penalty. So you'll have to pay some interest. File an extension and put those damn things off to October. If you owe a significant amount, maybe you make a small payment now. Talk to your accountant about what your interest and penalty would be. Don't pay those taxes from last year, though. If file an extension, make sure you file. Don't you guys don't file? Don't not file your taxes, but file for an extension and hold off paying until October. If we do, or as you continue to get slower, one thing you can do, and we talk about like when somebody buys a business package from us, we tell them this all the time, is once you hire people, because when people buy business packages from us, we like them hiring multiple people. Go and hire some. Go and take your guys and go by charities. See if you can volunteer at charities, or maybe if their donation centers are closed, like a lot of them might close down. We generally say volunteer at donation centers, helping unload vehicles and all. Find out how you can help. Let them know what you do. Let them know that you got a truck available and some strong guys, and see how it is that you can provide your services. That's going to keep your truck rolling down the road with all your lettering. That's going to keep you exposure. Contact news channels. God, news channels, they're wanting news right now. I mean, there's plenty of news around the coronavirus, but there's no sports. There's a lot of opportunity, and it's all negative. And despite what the news channel shows, where negativity is what they generally cover, oftentimes they do like showing from time to time, showing good positive stories. You volunteering can be a very, very good positive story. So when you're able to do that stuff, see if you can get press coverage around it. Putting out a press release, PR Web or Newswire or whatever, sticking out a press release does actually have SEO effect and positive effects. Despite it being a no-follow link, it does help out on SEO, but there's a chance that your news stations will actually pick up the story. On the other end, though, just reach out and contact your news stations, contact the news desk, contact newspapers, contact magazines, contact anybody you can, trying to get them to cover this good thing that you're doing. That's going to keep your guys working, where you're going to continue paying them, and then you're obviously helping the community out by volunteering at charities. While you're out, LinkedIn, get the LinkedIn profile updated. Get out there and start contacting real estate agents, property management companies, professional organizers, small home remodelers, real estate owned agents, REO agents. In case we come out of this, if this thing lasts several months, I expect the federal government to offer some assistance on paying bills and house payments, and basically telling banks they can't foreclose for a period of time. And I really expect to see that. But there might be some foreclosures coming out of this. Having some relationships with some REO agents is going to be huge. How long this recession lasts, we don't know. I would anticipate if this thing only lasts a couple months and it turns around and things begin to come back, within 6 months of it coming back, I think we're back to where we were before. And there's a lot of economists that are saying the exact same thing. If this thing carries on for a lot longer than that, it could be a bigger deal. This is a big deal, but it could be a longer term deal. That's tough to say, but what we do know is by keeping out there in front of everybody and by reaching out to targeted individuals, you're going to be very well positioned once this thing turns around and you come back out the other side. You need to get ready for absolutely incredible, insane demand once we get out of this thing. Guys, people are going to be calling you left and right. If you're a brand new business and you're practicing aggressive advertising, a lot of times we see businesses, some of the businesses we work with, they grow 50 to 100% year after year after year for the first several years anyway. There's a chance you guys triple what you did last summer once we come out of this, if you've got the trucks and you have the people to keep up with it. If you're a single truck operator, you're dead in the water. There's no way you can make up for the missed demand already. So if you're a single truck operator, you're going to be getting annihilated by the bigger guys in terms of business here. 100% for sure. Now, what does that mean? That means you got to take a chance here. You got to feel a little scared here. And if you guys are a single truck operator, you need to order another truck. Don't pay for it yet. Schedule it to be delivered sometime like mid-May, and sometime around May maybe. These dates are obviously very, very, very tentative. They can change. This is an extremely fluid situation. Maybe the warm weather is going to kick this thing in the rear end. We've seen some positive news out of India. India has got a crap ton of people and only has 100-some confirmed cases. And their first case was back in January. And it's been summer there. It's been 80, 90 degrees in India. So we've seen good things out of India. Maybe warm weather kicks this thing in the butt and it turns out to be a shorter term deal, and in a few weeks we're out of this. Most likely it's going to be an 8-week deal, 12-week deal, something like that. You need to prepare for the worst and really, really hope for the best. But that being said, get those trucks ordered. Figure mid-May on a truck delivery. Make sure you don't have to pay anything until mid-May. Maybe wait a couple weeks, wait 3 weeks or so before placing that order, maybe 4 weeks before placing that order, because your dealers, you could find a dealer really wanting to make a deal at that point, actually wanting to live up to their name and give you a deal. They're a dealer, they want to get in and actually get them to give you a deal. But you need to go ahead and get that reserved. That way you're ready. Once we come out of the other end, once other side, you're ready for it. Hell, tell the dealer, hey, I want to order this truck. I want it ready, but I might pay for it May 15th. I might pay for it July 15th. It just depends on what's going on. So let's set a date, an end date of July 15th and see what happens. Try and negotiate with them. I don't know if that's going to work or not, but these guys get desperate enough, 3 weeks or so into the future, if this thing keeps going south, which I'm pretty sure it will, then they might be really willing to make a deal. Here's what I can say, guys. The companies that retreat through this coronavirus, that retreat through this recession, are going to get absolutely hammered once we come out of it. Some of them are going to go out of business. The companies that attack this recession, that attack this coronavirus, that keep working, that keep being out there, that keep marketing, maybe it's on a big reduced budget, especially we go into quarantine, cut that budget way back. If you cut your marketing budget way back, the chances are most of your competitors are going to quit advertising altogether. So you might be able to get great results by cutting your budget back. And guys, remember, if we go into a national quarantine, everybody out there is going to be holed up with their family. They're going to be sick and tired of being around them after a period of time, probably. They're going to be bored, and they're going to be looking for stuff to do. They're going to be looking to be productive. They're going to clean. They're going to look around, and they're going to see a bunch of crap they want to get rid of. They're going to get tired of sitting on that same daggone couch. They're going to replace that thing. And though it can't be done at that very moment, it can be done once we get out of quarantine. So here's what you might do. Here's what we're recommending. Here's what we're setting up for our Google Ads customers. For Google Ads, and we don't do much Facebook, but those of you who do Facebook, run a deal if you guys go into a national quarantine, which basically says, hey, once we get out of this thing, you guys are going to be ready, book now and get a discount for once we can actually provide service. So save 25% on junk removal services by scheduling a pickup now. That way you're already starting to build that schedule up. And even if the date, let them know the date. If we have to move the date in the future, we move the date in the future. But let's go ahead and get scheduled and see what happens. Let's go ahead and get a discount. And maybe even run a Groupon style offering yourself. So if somebody comes to your site, you let them know, hey, you guys can reserve and you can get a 15% or 10% discount. I tell you what, though, if you go ahead and pay for up to a half-load truckload right now, we'll give you a 25% discount. That way you can maybe try and get some cash going at this very moment. Selling gift cards. Gift cards and Groupon style offers are an excellent way to get your cash in at this very, very moment. You're not going to do that if you quit marketing, though. You got to stay aggressive. You got to stay on the gas. You got to attack this thing. If you attack it, if you do not back down, well, let me rephrase that. If you attack it, maybe you are a bit more conservative in your efforts. You're not spending quite as much money. You back your budgets back just a bit. You back your bids back just a bit. You call up some of your advertising, the companies that are doing different types of advertising for you, or companies that are providing different types of service, and you say, hey, going through this deal, I need a break on price. See what happens. They might be able to work with you. If you guys go through that in attack mode, you're going to come out the other side much better than your competitors. Some of your competitors are going to go out of business. A lot of them will not be purchasing that new truck. You're going to come out of this thing with a multi-truck operation with multiple people ready to absolutely kick some ass. That's what you need to do if you want to make it through this coronavirus. That's what we're doing at Junk Doctors. We're getting ready for that demand that's coming. If you do that, you guys are going to be looking great by the end of this year. Hey, appreciate everybody for watching. If you like this video, give us the thumbs up. Please hit subscribe, and I will tell you, we will be putting out more information. I'm going to try and do some live shows, some consultant stuff for free with groups. We're going to try and really start providing some great information because a lot of people won't be too busy through this. We want to get you ready for what's coming next. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you watching.